it's Betsy from Cuttin Corners Vinyl, and today I have a fun video for you. I'm going to be doing a review over the Istoyo mini heat press. Now, this is pretty comparable to the Cricut mini press. Now, they both run about the same price. They're both $49 on Amazon. Now, I have this linked in my Amazon storefront. They did send this over to me to test out. Now, included in the box is the little mini heat press, a canvas carrying bag, a mini Teflon sheet, and a Teflon pillow. I do have a full unboxing and a testing with this. Now, part of my testing portion did get corrupted, just to let you know. So, there's that. And portions of this, if I do sound a little bit off, I have been suffering from some severe insomnia due to medication, just to let you know. Now, what you're going to need for today's tutorial is your file. Now, that is available on my Patreon page for my $4 or more a month patrons. Now, I also have my membership set up on my website. So if you are a Patreon supporter, you will have access this month to be able to go to the membership area, to the Patreon only files, to be able to download all of our files on there. Now, next month, you will have to be a $20 or more a month supporter to be able to download on there, but I have that all explained. So, the file that we're going to be using today looks like this. Now, this is the project done. Now, I did choose to do a painted raised canvas because these are typically a little bit more difficult to do because one, whenever you are working with like acrylic paint, they can tend to burn, and sometimes if you get it too hot, you can melt the acrylic paint to the heat transfer vinyl, the carrier sheet, and you know, it can be a little difficult. I also use the specialty materials Thermoflex Plus and the Deco Sparkle. This is the fuchsia. Which one is that? The fuchsia one. It's okay. But doesn't that look pretty together? I love it. You're also going to need, the canvas size on this is a 12 by 16 Teflon sheet. The file is called 13122 ABC Val. I used Master's Touch titanium white acrylic, a paintbrush, adhesive spray, pick, scissors, you know, the normal. So if you give me a moment to change the camera angle, I will show you how to make this. Okie dokie. So we're fixing to unbox the Istoyo heat press. So they sent this over to me to review. So I figured it would be fun to unbox it and see kind of what we think. So as it says in the box, it says, have fun with the Istoyo heat press. It's a compact design for handy projects. It's add more fun to your everyday, simple to use, quickly done, compact, and powerful. So when you open it up, it is packaged nicely. It is a good thick box. So you open it up. So one thing I can definitely say already, it is a bit bigger than the Cricut mini press. Okay, it's not as pointed as the Cricut mini press either. It still is the 3 settings, good cord, nice button. Okay, so there is a carrying bag in here as well. So this is something that didn't come with my Cricut press. And this is a Teflon pillow. That's nice. And a Teflon sheet. Again, that's nice to have. It's a mini one. Okay. Oh, that's nice. There are some little screen printed prints. Oh, those are cute. To test out on. There are some instructions. So here's the user manual. It has Safety instructions: do not immerse or use in wet conditions. This press is intended for household use. It has an auto shut off that occurs after 15 minutes of inactivity, so that's nice. This press operates at high temperatures that can cause burns. Always turn the press off before plugging or unplugging from the electrical outlet. It has links to the Istoyo store, and you can find us on Amazon. I will link them in my Amazon store if you're interested. It's not intended for use with children, and it has how to contact them for support. So, instructions on different materials and what the temperatures are. So the low range is 135 degrees Celsius. Hey Google, what is 135 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit?
135 degrees Celsius is equivalent to 275 degrees Fahrenheit.
So that's 275 degrees Fahrenheit. Hey Google, what is 180 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit?
180 degrees Celsius is 356 degrees Fahrenheit.
So that's 356 degrees Fahrenheit. So roughly your medium temperature would be right about what you would need for most regular heat transfer vinyls. So that's pretty nice. And it tells you, you know, I like that all this is included in here. So you've also got your quick start guide, what's all included. Okay. That is pretty awesome. And you can also use the bag to decorate. Okie dokie. We're going to have to play with this. Okay, give me a moment to change the camera angle and we will start playing. So the first thing I'm going to show you to do is how to download the files from the Patreon only section of my website. Now, if you are a Patreon supporter, you will have access to this section for the month of February. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to go to my website, which is still just cuttincornersvinyl.com. So as you can see, you sign up for a membership. It's easy to do. Now, once you're signed up, you're going to go up here to where you are logged in. So we're going to click on the drop down menu and we're going to go to profile. And you don't have to be a Patreon supporter to be signed up, but you do to access the files. So we're going to click on the Patreon members only file. So as you can see, it does prompt you for the password. As I said, for the month of February, everyone that is a Patreon supporter does get access to this password. But after the month of February, you do have to be a $20 or more a month Patreon supporter to get access, because it is quite a bit of work to set this up, honestly, and to maintain it. So that's part of the reason why it is so much. Might help if I type in my password correctly. I haven't had a whole lot of sleep, so just so you know, if I sound weird, that's why. So as you can see, now that I'm logged in, it takes and pops up with everything. There we go. So as you can see, there are a ton of different folders. They're all labeled. Hopefully they're all labeled correctly. It took me a while to do this. So just so you know, because we have tons and tons of files. I mean, goodness gracious, we've had these for a long time. So I'm going to go to Valentine's Day SVGs. And one of the things I have started doing just with today's, because I had the brilliant idea to do it today, is that I started numbering them as what day the tutorial is. So like 1/31/22, because that is today's date. Now, remember, you will still have access to these files directly on the Patreon page. So just because you don't want to support, oh, sorry if you heard that, I bumped the microphone. Just if you don't want to support for that high of a level, you will still be able to download these forever off of the Patreon page. So hopefully that makes sense to you. So as you can see, I opened up that file. I'm going to click on this black pop-out menu. So now it pulls it up. And then up here in this right-hand corner, I'm going to click the download box. So that brought it to download. Now I'm going to click on Cricut Design Space, and I'm going to click on Upload, Upload Image, Browse. There we go. Now I'm going to click on the ABC Valentine. There we go. And open. And click Upload. There we go. And we're going to click Add to Canvas. Now, because I am making this for a 12 by 16 inch canvas, I am not going to make it for the full 12 by 16 because, well, you know, that would make it massive. So that is the correct size. I'm going to keep it 14.5 inches by, you know, there we go. Now, I am going to go ahead and ungroup this because what I do want to go ahead and do is I want to select all 3 of my pink hearts or my pink pieces, and I'm going to weld those together. It will take and waste some material, but it won't waste a whole lot. For me, it's just a little bit easier to line up, and I would rather waste a little bit of material than make it hard for myself. And then I am going to also select all of the black pieces and weld those together as well. There we go. Now we will weld that. Okay. Now I'm going to click on Make It. Okay. Now I am going to go ahead and select on the mat because I don't like Cricut Smart Vinyl. And I want to go ahead and select Mirror. Perfect. And I am going to take for my pink layer, and I am going to rotate this around because I don't know. I would rather it waste the material that way, if that makes sense. I don't think it really makes that much of a difference, but it just seems like less. And I am going to do a video really soon about showing you how to use some of those leftover pieces, like the sections that are around that, you can use them in a different project. Okay, now we're going to select Continue. There we go. Okay, now for this type of vinyl, because we are using the Deco Film Sparkle, I am going to select the Holographic Heat Transfer, and I always like to select more pressure. Now, I will take and change the setting for the black to the regular heat transfer. Now, if you will give me a moment to change the camera angle, I will show you how to cut this.